Hey Dennis, I thought I'd give you some feedback via video screencast this time, just because you've submitted quite a lot of work and thought this would be a really effective way to sort of talk through your work with you. Looking at your research, I'm really pleased with what you've collected. They're really good inspiration images, particularly like this opening page, so we can get a real sense of the environment and the context for which you're designing, and your written annotations here are very detailed and you express yourself very clearly. Then moving on to houses in similar environments, this is a terrific page. I like that you're focusing on the windows and the shape and the form, and how natural light can get into the internal spaces through the external design. I think that's really, really clear, and that comes across very strongly in your written annotations. Same again on this page. You've found some really great stuff, and what's really good too, Dennis, is that everything it's very diverse. So you're going to have a wide sort of range of inspiration here. Moving on to some of these forms, there's some good stuff going on here, isn't there? I like this internal, this courtyard pavilion effect here, and there's some good cantilevered structures here, which are sort of jutting out over in these sort of juxtaposed forms. Some really good stuff there. And then it's good to see the use of the shipping containers again. You've mentioned the importance of sustainability, and that comes across in your annotations, and also you discuss the cladding and the materials and how ethical some of these things are, which is really good. Obviously you're going to put something in this page for the company logos and identities. And the posters and inspiration, this is a great page. I can see you've really been inspired by some pretty bold graphical responses there, really strong typography here. It's a Bauhaus inspired layout there, which is really good. I like this silhouette here as well. That's great. There's some really good examples here. I really like this laser cut wood material here, and this is a bit of a Art Nouveau image I can see in this skateboard design. One thing I wanted to talk to you about was in your annotations, which are really highly detailed in discussing the elements and principles of design. When you do talk about the elements and principles, you also have to really refer it back to the intended idea or message that's coming through. For example, this poster here, it's about the Grand Prix, it's about car racing, it's about speed and motion. So, these strong lines here, repeated lines, the use of pattern, that's really been divisive to create that sense of speed and motion. So just try and keep those things in mind when you are discussing the elements and principles. That would be good. Now I'll just enlarge this a bit here. And, I'm really impressed with these ideas. I can see the really strong concept coming through. Pretty original too, which is great. I mean, obviously you are going to make reference to natural elements like leaves, the colour green, and all the varying tones of it is pretty important to convey that, symbolism of sustainability. Now, this is quite interesting. You've used these sort of shard shapes here. It's quite geometric, but that's a really nice idea that's coming through. And this one, obviously, I like the way it incorporates the name and also the silhouette of the house, so I can see how you've been pretty inspired by one of the images in your research. This is great. You're just exploring on this page more typographic solutions. And this shows evidence of your awareness of contemporary design, because I think this reminds me a lot of, Fed Square identity, and also the City of Melbourne. They sort of play off this idea of putting geometric shards and shapes within typeface, which is very good. And then, oops, I've gone too far. Scrolling. yeah, I really like what you're exploring here. I can see that you're moving into more of the poster design here. This is really interesting, this one. I like what's happening there. Then moving on to the house design. These are, wonderful visualization sketches, Dennis. They're really confidently drawn, they're clear, they're detailed. And again, you've shown a real diversity of ideas here, and I can really see how you've picked up from your research and the things that have inspired you. Your annotations are also really effective at communicating your critical and creative thinking skills. There's some lovely things here with your, use of tone, your method of rendering here, which is terrific. I like this this background here, the way it contrasts with the black line of your actual house drawing. So there's some really exciting stuff happening here, Dennis, and you should be very happy and pleased with how it's all going. It's a pleasure to look through your work.